Okay, so I've been using this light now for about a week or so at work, testing it every day. It's the OLight Seeker 3 Pro. It is 4200 looms, 250 meter throw, so that's a pretty good throw. It has standard magnetic charging, rubber on the side here, and it has an auto lock feature which comes in very handy. It has 4 LED bulbs on there. It has a sensor that when you get too close will automatically dim. It gets an overheating. If it overheats, it will automatically dim down. It has auto lock, so right now you can tap it a million times, it will not turn on. You actually got to rotate this guy for turn on. Within 30 seconds it self locks itself. Very cool design. 21700 battery. Comes with a fancy ass holster. Haven't been using it much because when you put it back in the holster, I find when you go to push this in, I turned it on accidentally a few times. Not too big of a deal. You wait 30 seconds, then you put it in there. It's not going to do that. Hasn't been 30 seconds yet, but you just go up and down with your brightness. You actually got to turn this fairly slow, or double tap to go straight to high, triple tap to go to strobe. If you try to go real fast with it, it actually won't adjust, which is kind of a good thing, I guess. But so far has been awesome. I'll play a video clip when I did a walk around my house last week, and we'll go from there. Okay, so this guy here has an auto off feature or auto lockout feature where you can hit the button all you want. It just lights up. It won't turn on until you rotate this. Then it turns on. Now, you can still double tap and go straight up to high, as you guys can see here. That is on high. And it has a sliding wheel, which you can use to bring up and down the brightness. The camera's probably not showing that up, but it's a lot dimmer now. It's back up to high. Again, the camera just dims right out. As you can see, I'm just going to do some up close stuff, because this one here actually has an overheat and a proximity meter, which means when you get up close to something, it dims right down automatically. See? Pretty sweet, hey? And I was playing around with this guy the other day, taking a look at her, still deciding if the starter is toast on it or what's wrong with it. Doesn't like to start, doesn't start with a boost, and it also doesn't start if I put power directly to the starter. It turns over just very slow. It's almost like the motor's locking up, but it's not. I can turn it over by hand. So the other thing is, it could be the main positive wire running to the solenoid that actually could be grinding out on the frame, because it's definitely drawing more amps than it should. But just kind of thought I'd bring this light into here. You can see it is on high. Pretty bright in here, a little bit yellow. One thing I should mention is just this brightness here is plenty for this guy. Forgot, you got to go slow with it. If you go too quick, it doesn't actually move. So this is the lowest setting right here, which is plenty for getting around outside, working and stuff. And of course, double tap again brings you back up to high. Now, I never read the instructions. This is kind of my first time using it, so we'll do a little bit of a beam shot test here. This isn't going to be a crazy long video, about a 10-minute video just showing this light here. I have the older version, but I think it's called the R50. I can't remember, but I still love it. This one here is also magnetic charging. You actually got some light here at the back. It's reflecting off the snow and giving me light backwards. That's kind of cool. I think I'll stop and take kind of like a beam shot picture here. Always works for a thumbnail, so I'm going to pause this and try to get one that actually looks decent. Now, this thing does have overheat protection, which it should automatically dim down. Right now it is pretty lukewarm, not burning or anything. Put my hand in front of it. I think it dimmed down there for a second, but it is pretty decent. Again, this camera is definitely not doing it justice. is definitely way brighter than the camera showing it ought to be, but looks like some deers were still digging in the garden. I'm actually very surprised about that. Deer tracks everywhere. Not so bad. It was actually snowing about 2 hours ago. Looks like a deer was having a nap right there. We were out to walk the dog just before this. But yeah, this light overall. Oh, and it's rubberized grips. You know how nice that is for doing a video in the cold weather. Well, mind you, right now the whole light is warm to the touch, so it makes it pretty damn good for doing this. Did it? Okay, so it's back on the high. I actually just shut it off and on there. I actually meant to hit the wheel just to see if it dimmed down to see the light. I'm not sure how many minutes it will go on high before it turns down, but the run time on this light is meant to be 30% more than the Pro Seeker 2. But the Pro Seeker 2, I actually don't have that one, so I couldn't compare it, but I have the original version, I guess, of this style of light before the magnetic charging, so quite a bit of deer tracks out that way. But it's a little bit of a chilly day, that's for sure. Quite a bit of snow blowing up here. That dryer vent, yeah, looks like it's out of the snow enough. Have to just kind of take a peek at that. Got a fair bit of snow this year, but so far not that bad, you could say. But this flashlight here is definitely rope in the trees. This flashlight is definitely, in my opinion, one of my top 5 lights. I'm probably going to get the docking station. You can actually get a wall mount, so it docks and stays on the charger all the time. That's pretty sweet. But again, overall, very decent light. Now, I don't know if this light has strobe. It does, okay. So there's 3 taps, it goes to strobe. I don't know if it has any SOS modes. That's not on high. Firewood stash is getting pretty low here, but pretty sure right there is where I'm going to leave the video, and we'll do the rest on the inside with a quick unboxing and some more detailed specs. Okay, so I'll just start off by showing the box a little bit up close here. If you guys care to read any of the specs, here they are. 4200 looms, 31% brighter, no, 31% higher, so that's the max output. See, I thought I read that it was 31% better runtime, but I guess no, it's the output that's 31. I don't know if I'll edit that out, but 5-year warranty. Now, this is a little bit more of a pricier flashlight. I've seen them anywhere from $150 to $200 Canadian. But at the same time, it is a very decent light. And some of the stuff it comes with is a thank you. I already have it out of the box here, so I'll just show you what it comes with. It comes with a pretty sweet looking holster. I did charge it right before going outside to make that video. In here is the manual, and that's where the charger cable was. This is the holster. It's pretty sweet. You just give it a push, it pops open. It's going to be hard to do that with one hand, so give me a second. Okay, and again, this is the holster right here. It is a very well made, and of course this is a special edition because it is blue. Matches pretty nice, but OLight stitched on it. Again, looks like a very sturdy design. Just clip it on something, put a clip on here. This other option would be, of course, around the belt loop. Even has a little bit of a hole in the bottom there, So it has a snap that you can unsnap it, or you can just go straight through a belt loop on it. Again, very decent looking holster. This is the magnetic charger. Anyone that's new, pops on, 2 amp charging. So it's pretty quick charging. Now, as for the battery life, it's still showing perfectly 4 bars. Now, you guys see that flickering on the camera a few seconds ago? That was strictly on the camera. The light itself was not doing that. Oh, so I got to show you this here. You see, it's not turning on, right? Give that a 90-degree swipe, and now it's going to turn on. It has an automatic lock after 30 seconds that it will put it into a lock mode. That is a feature I have never seen, and to be honest, I don't know about that. If it holds up with this dial here, the rotation, without getting plugged up with dirt or anything, I think that's going to be awesome. Now, only time will tell with the rotation here if this starts to get plugged up. And if it does, to be honest, this is going to be fully weatherproof. I have a good feeling that just a little bit of water will probably clean it out. This should have an IP67 rating. IPX8. So, and let's see here. IPX8. I'm just looking here. A few specs there. Okay. This is the, was it the 21700 battery? I'm trying to remember here. Again, I'm kind of not rushing to do this video, but I am kind of going over it a little bit quick, you could say. Let's just take a look at the battery here itself. So it is a 21700, yes. So it's 5000 milliamp hour, 5 amp hour, you could say. Pretty decent looking battery. Again, it's a custom design, really made for them. So if you're going to buy a replacement battery, you should make sure to order an OLight one and not a replacement from anywhere else. Seals look awesome. Fit and finish, again, is awesome. Lots of grease on there. Hiccup. Huh. I guess the battery was in this way. Oh. I guess... No. Yeah, I guess it was. I actually don't remember which way I pulled it out, but yeah, there's your dual contacts, so it has to go this way, okay? Just like that. And here's the main thing I should have showed at the beginning, I guess. This thing has 4 LED bulbs. That little black spot right there is your proximity detection, so it will make the lamp dull down, you could say. Dim down, so it doesn't burn a hole in your pocket, because believe it or not, an OLight flashlight already has burnt a hole in my pocket and actually cracked the lens, but that's completely my fault. It's at work. I was using it. I actually dropped it in snow when it was on, so I don't know when the crack happened, but that will definitely solve that problem. These rubberized grips here, we'll have to see how these are going to hold up to oil and grease. As long as it's a decent rubber material, it should be awesome. And I mean, at the same time, I mean, if they have to be torn off after a couple years, I'm sure another new light will be out by then, but pretty sure that they're going to be good. The idea, of course, is try not to get oil and dirt on it. Seems to be very durable. Just a little bit of dust on them right now, but overall, and dog hair, overall, I'm extremely happy with this light. I will be thoroughly testing this light for the next month or two, and of course, might end up being my permanent everyday carry light. Yes, it's a bit bigger. Right now I am carrying another one of their models, and this is the one that I've been carrying with me, this OLight. This just takes a AA, but it is shit kicked, you could say. I think I need to change the battery on it. Yep, definitely would have to change the battery on it. Used it actually a fair bit this weekend working here. But what I'm going to say about this light is, in my opinion, I am going to purchase, with my own money, the docking station that they have, so it can be charged on a wall. And that explains why I couldn't see anything. They're all fogged up when I first got it. This is going to be one of my everyday lights. I'm going to end up bringing it to work. Definitely going to use it. And again, I was going to have this video up last weekend, but with the snow, didn't really happen. And right now, it is already getting a little bit late at night. Again, I am a little bit rushed making this video, and I'm sorry about that, but just wanted to mention that, in my opinion, this is an awesome light.